Turtle Pope wishes you and yours a Happy New Year. All right, it is Monday. This video is going to go up in the new year, but at the time of the recording, it's like the 18th of December. But I know how bad I am at editing these, and so I know this is not going to go up until the new year. But oh well. All right, 2 packages. Let's open this one. This is kind of only tangentially related to games. This is something that I think I kickstarted this, or I Indiegogo'd it or something. I couldn't tell you. Sir. Boom. What's this? It's the hell is that? I don't know what that is. All right, so what is this thing? This is the Genki Shadowcast 2 Pro. I have one of the, or I have the previous one, the Shadowcast. It's hooked up right now. I have it hooked up. I record stuff with it. I think I have right now. I think I have it hooked up so that I can record Atari 2600 plus footage. But don't quote me on that. Anyway, this is the follow-up to that. I have been a huge fan of the Shadowcast. It's like this, the original one was basically like this, it's like a little USB thumb drive looking thing that you plug in to HDMI on something, and then it has a USB-C that you plug into your computer. And it's a capture device. You can capture video, and it's awesome, and I love it. It's great for like retro consoles. The one place that the classic one isn't great for is if you ever have like you know, proper modern HD signals like 4K, which admittedly you don't usually have those because a lot of the modern 4K platforms have capture built in. So like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X, you don't have to capture from those because they have recording built in. But in the interest of future-proofing my stuff, and also because I kind of want to have multiple Shadowcasts hooked up, I went ahead and kickstarted this. And this is the, like I said, this is the follow-up to the previous Shadowcast that I really love. And obviously this one is a much bigger unit. The previous one was a thumb drive, and this is a, I don't know, it's something this big. But, oh, it's also cool because it now has HDMI pass-through. That was one thing that I had to do with the previous one. I had to, like, have a HDMI splitter. And so it's cool that this one allows you to just do a pass-through. Anyway, I am happy that this got here. I kickstarted it. I don't know what this is. This looks like a USB-C speaker or microphone. I don't remember what that is. The only thing I was really caring about was the Shadowcast. All right, let's look at the other box. The other box. Did I mention it's Monday? I think I mentioned it's Monday. Last minute Christmas shenanigans. So this one is from VGNY Soft. And if I'm honest, I don't remember what these were. This might have been a Christmas sale or something. I don't remember. But I got Tales of the Non-Sea for the Switch, which if I recall correctly, it is like an adventure game, like a classic point-and-click style adventure game. I could be wrong. Beholgar, that one I already own. I own it on PC. I might even already own it digitally on the Switch. I don't know, but it is one that I really love. It kind of reminds me of the old school Rastan, if you've ever played that. And it's a fun game. I really enjoyed it. And so I picked it up physically. And then this one was kind of a crapshoot. I don't know enough about this one to know whether or not I'm going to like it. But like I said, I believe these were all on a holiday sale. So, but this is a tactical military game, like a real-time strategy game with, like, I think it's World War II. Yeah, World War II. Oh, it has online co-op. Anyway, this was kind of a crapshoot. This one just looked kind of fun, and it was cheap because of their sale, so I picked it up. Anyway, Monday, my dudes. Do 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 do. I'll go out with you and see all the new mutations on New Year's Day. Wednesday, my dudes. Big package. Very excited for this one. The mail hasn't come. This is UPS. So there might be an addendum to today if more comes. I don't think there is. In fact, I'm pretty sure nothing else is coming before the holidays. So this might be the end of the video. We'll see. But this one I'm extremely excited for. Like, extremely offensively excited. I am giddy with anticipation. Let's take a look. Oh, shit. Balls. Oh my. Just keep hitting the camera thing. The camera gets all wobbly. Stop it. Yeah, I don't exactly know how I feel about Analog's packaging. These boxes that they make, these big nondescript black boxes. I mean, I guess, oh hey, there's the camera, and there's me. I mean, I guess it is kind of cool that they are, you know, kind of subtle, understated, but they're also really boring. This is the Analog Duo. It is an FPGA-based system that runs TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD, SuperGrafx, Turbo Duo, PC Engine, all of those games with all the modern amenities, you know, so HDMI output, highly frame accurate timing because it's FPGA, wireless controllers. In fact, I bought, hold on, let me grab it. I bought this controller, this 8-bit DOE Turbo Duo controller. Man, I think it's been like a year since I bought this, but I bought it in anticipation of using it for this. It's literally never been used. I haven't used this. I haven't paired it with anything, even to try it out. I probably should have, but it's just been sitting here waiting for me to actually get my Analog Duo. And this is it. Oh boy. That looks a lot cooler when you take the plastic off. Release. Release. Oh boy. Oh. Oh my goodness. You put your hue cards in there. You put your discs in there. I have heard that there's like a Hue card that you can put SD cards in and sideload games. I've heard that this space isn't big enough for that, or it's also not big enough for the. It wasn't a Game Genie, but it was something similar to a Game Genie. I don't have either of those things, so it's not going to affect me. 100% of what I have will work in here. I just really dig the look of this thing. Let's see what else is in here. Looks like you've got a plug, which I will admit, these days, the fact that most of these things don't actually come with... They'll come with like a USB. This is not USB. That's HDMI. They will come with like a USB connector for you to power it, but then they don't include like any sort of brick. You have to provide your own brick. And it's like, I know everybody's got bricks, so I could probably provide my own, but I still prefer it. If I'm paying this much money for something, just give me a damn brick. And so I'm glad that they gave me a damn brick. Doesn't have any... Oh, there's the Analog logo. And I do love how Analog puts logos on stuff. Is there anything underneath? I doubt it. I really doubt it, because it's kind of impossible to open it. This is probably what's remaining. Oh my god. Watch as Criswell struggles to open a damn little envelope. This glue is bullshit, is what I'm saying. Oh, there's a little sticker. I love a little sticker. And a quick start guide. Yeah, I mean, they're not going to have a printed manual. In 2023, the year of our Lord, John Cena, they're not going to have a printed manual. All right, so before I close this out, I kind of want to give a little bit of my personal history with the original TurboGrafx, because, kind of to explain why I'm so excited for this thing. When I had my first job when I was 16. It was writing Pascal for a grocery store chain. And, in hindsight, I was probably really being taken advantage of because I was 16 years old. It was my first job. I just so happened to have a very specialized skill set that this grocery store chain needed, and I could be bought really cheap because I was a teenager. So I probably didn't get paid very much. But the thing was, I was living out of my home, out of my parents' house. So my income was 100% disposable. Like, I could spend it on whatever the hell I want. I had no bills. So even though I didn't get paid very much, as a 16-year-old kid, having that income was amazing. And not having any bills. So my first paycheck, when I had this job at 16, I went and spent 100% of my paycheck buying video games. This was like 1989, and I went and bought a Sega Genesis, which had just come out like a few months before, and a handful of cartridges. And I also bought a TurboGrafx 16, which I think I've got it scrolled away in one of my boxes. I don't want to go grab it. And a handful of games for that. And I brought them home Friday night after getting paid and after going and buying them. And my best friend at the time, a guy named Rob, I'm not going to give his last name, we played these games, or some of the games, like all night long. It was like 2 a.m. and before he finally left. We mostly played Sega Genesis games. We did play a couple of the TurboGrafx games. The problem was most of the TurboGrafx games really didn't have multiple players. So we predominantly focused on the Sega Genesis. Anyway, after he left, late Friday night, early Saturday morning, I decided to focus more on the TurboGrafx. Because, like I said, we'd been focusing on the Sega Genesis. And so one of the first games that I played, in fact, I think it was the first thing I really focused on, I was kind of hoping I could see, 89. That's right. I wanted to make sure that I had the timeline right. Because I'm 50, I could be wrong. I might be misremembering. The point is, I fired up Ys Book 1 and 2, and I knew nothing, absolutely nothing about the series. They had previously ported it to Ys Book 1 to like the Sega Master System, but I never got it. I have it now, but at the time I didn't have it. And so this was my first introduction to the Ys franchise. So I started this, like I said, Saturday morning, like 2 a.m., and I was young, so this was back when I could like stay up multiple days without sleeping. I can't do that anymore. And I wound up staying awake the entire weekend and finished Book 2 of the Ys Book 1 and 2 games. I finished it like Sunday, like afternoon. I played through the entire weekend, played this game in one sitting without resting. And my mind was blown. This was amazing. And it's one of my favorite games of all time. And like I said, that was all, when I was 16 years old, first paycheck, bought my TurboGrafx 16. And since then, obviously I've gotten a lot of other games. This, of course, is Bonk's Adventure. This is what the Hue cards look like for people who might not know. These little cards, you kind of slide it in there. And then, of course, this is a disc. And then, of course, I've also imported stuff. This is from Japan. Space Harrier imported this. And I've got a whole bunch. The point is, the TurboGrafx 16 is one of my I don't want to say formative consoles, because really the Atari 2600 was, but it's one of my pillar consoles. It's one of the ones that I have so many positive memories around that it just makes it one of my favorite consoles. It also was an inflection point console, because it was the first console that I'd ever experienced that had a disc-based system. Previously everything was cartridge. You had NES games, SNES, Sega Genesis, Master System, Atari 2600. Those were all cartridge systems. This was the first one to actually use a disc, to use CD-ROM. And so you'd go from these things that had maybe, 128K RAM or ROM in them. That's the amount of storage they had. They'd jump it up to like 650 megabytes, which was immensely huge. So this was my first taste of what was to come in video games. Like I said, this was an inflection point. This was the first real CD-based system. And, all modern games, all modern systems with the exception of the Switch and, Evercade and stuff like that. But like the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, all the PlayStations were disc-based systems. All the Xbox systems were disc-based systems. And this was the first taste I ever got of that. And so I am exceptionally excited to be able to play my Turbo Duo games, my TurboGrafx games, my Super Graphics games, and not have to hook up my TurboGrafx through a retro tank to be able to play them on a modern system. I'm so excited to play this. Anyway, that was a big long rant telling you why I love the Turbo Duo and the TurboGrafx, and why I'm excited for the Analog Duo. Anyway, whatever. Wednesday, my dudes. Thursday, my dudes. One package, and I am 100% certain that this is the last thing to get here this week, so this is going to be the end of the video. I actually have something from yesterday that I didn't include in yesterday's video because it didn't, it came late in the day, and it wasn't terribly important, but it is kind of cool. I haven't had a chance to open it up yet. It's just sitting here. This is from Tiny Circuits. These are the guys who did this thing. At least I think they're the guys who did the Thumby. If they're not, then and I am sorry. I kickstarted this a while ago, and it's basically this little tiny portable system that is reprogrammable, and I don't know. It's kind of cool. Anyway, they did this do-it-yourself tiny arcade kit, which is very similar to this. It's also something that you can reprogram, but you like build this little arcade kit, and I thought it'd be kind of fun. I also got my daughter. My daughter's been she's learning violin, and she's like, what is it, second chair in orchestra in her school, something like that. Anyway, so I got her a little do-it-yourself tiny violin to play, and I got her a little retro TV, and I got this for me. But this came yesterday. But let's open what just came right now. This is a stupid thing. I mean, is it stupid? Is it really stupid? Oh man, there's 2 games. I kind of forgot that I got 2 games in here. In fact, now that I think about it, I think there's a 3rd game. What up? Why Best Buy? I think I bought 3 games, and they only shipped 2, which is obnoxious. Anyway, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and Eldoran. Let's talk about Eldoran first. I do technically already own Eldoran on the Steam Deck, and I have already played it. This is a Metroidvania Souls-like. And it's a pretty damn good one. It's really fun. I can't remember if I kickstarted it or not. I can't remember if this is a kickstarted game. But regardless, they had it on Best Buy. I think it was a sale, and I snatched it up for the Switch. But the main reason that I was shopping on Best Buy online was they have, this is a new game that just came out just a couple weeks ago. And at the time of recording, and by the time this goes up, this sale's probably going to be over. But at the time of the recording, this thing is like $20 off at Best Buy. So I bought it. I mean, that sounds like, like, oh my gosh, it's on sale, I'll buy anything. No, this is actually something that's been getting decent enough reviews. I am not a fan of Ubisoft's open world bullshit. Their microtransaction-filled open world bullshit. Like the last couple of Far Cry's I have not enjoyed. And it's been a long time since I've really gotten into an Assassin's Creed game. So I don't normally give Ubisoft a chance with their new games. I'm normally like, pass. But this one has actually gotten some halfway decent reviews. The reviews have been positive enough that it made me interested in it. And it's got full online co-op, which... Yeah, there it is. I was going to say, wait a minute. It only says 1 player. But yeah, it's got full online co-op, which means I can play it with a friend. And I'm always looking for something fun to play with my friends. And if I'm honest, some of my favorite things to play with my friends are super schlocky and terrible games. Like Army of Two. Oh my gosh, it's a terrible game, but that was immensely fun to play with a friend. And so I gave it a chance because it was on sale. Thursday. End of video.